immediately realizing its inability to meet Vision 2020 goals. Years after the country embarked on an ambitious agenda to be among the top 20 economies in terms of GDP size, President Muhammadu Buhari this week launched a new long-term national development plan, the Nigeria Agenda 2050, with the goal of ensuring that the country attains a per capita GDP of 33,228 US dollars per annum and place itself among the top middle income economies by 2050. The launch, which came nearly 7 weeks after the Federal Executive Council approved the policy document on March 15, was conducted by the President on Wednesday, moments before the weekly FEC meeting. In his remarks, President Buhari assures that the vision is a product of a dynamic, knowledge-based economy that provides sustainable development by 2050. He expressed the belief that the document, which equally aims to increase per capita income of Nigeria to 33,328 US dollars per annum, will place Nigeria amongst the world's top economies by 2050. So let's get talking now. The big question, Casimo, this is for you. The big question now is 33,328 US dollars per annum in terms of GDP per capita. So talk to us about this. How ambitious is this? We've not been able to address some of the target we've set in the previous years. And how can Nigeria become a top middle income economy by 2050?
Well, it may look very ambitious, but at the same time, it's better to plan, because when you fail to plan, you have already planned to fail. Now that we have this ambition, we have to look at all the hanging fruits and to make sure we bring them to the table. Remember, what was the contribution of telecom in 1990? Less than 2% to GDP. Today, telecom is contributing 18% to the GDP. If telecom can do that, so we look at all the other hanging fruit and bring them up to the table. And if we can do that to the telecom and escalate it to the other sector of the economy, I'm not surprised for what they plan for. And don't forget, we have seen how the Nigerian economy worked under the development plan 1, 2, 3 during the 1970s. Most of the development, the manufacturing company came into existence because of development plan. And most of the substituted products came to exist because of development plan. So we hope now by the time they dissect it, so many other things that are imported into this country, we may not need to import them. We have so much work to the cement industry. Today we are net exporter of the cement. We can apply it to the other thing, and by therefore we are strengthening our currency. Because the more you export, the more you get hard currency, and the more stronger your currency will be. And I believe with the team of our population, with the land mass we have, with the opportunity available both in the mineral and the water, I believe the sky is our limit. So I would not say it's too ambitious. It's only that we have to wake up.
Okay. Let me come to you, Mr. Oshoma. What are the risks associated with such an ambitious economic development plan, and how do you think this risk can be mitigated? Vincent?
Thank you very much. It is good, like Mr. Kofi could mention, to plan, and there is nothing bad in being ambitious. But when you look at Nigerian history with respect to planning, especially our recent history, shows that we have a government. The government is always good at making these big plans, but we don't really see real steps, practical steps towards realizing this plan. Another thing I'd like to mention is that whenever these plans are released, previous plan, to know how far we went with the previous plan and what are the areas of improvement, because we have had Vision 2010, we have had there was the last plan was released by this administration, but we have not really seen this plan a real practical step to realize this plan. Another thing is that what we have seen is that once there is a plan by one government, a new government comes in, it is either you will have a weak commitment to that plan, or that plan is thrown aside. So that's affect. I think it will be more realistic when we have plans that stays with a government, and the government will be able to benchmark itself with that plan, 4-year plan, so that we can see what happened at the end of 4 years, or maximum when they can see what happened at the end of that time with that administration. I think it will be more realistic than having this long-term plan, which are good, but we have not really seen implementation. This administration is just at its end. A new administration is going to be launched will come on board in about few weeks. And what happens to that administration with respect to this plan? What will be the level of commitment to this plan? That's my thought, and that's my concern about the plan. But there's nothing bad in having big plans.
So let me come to you, Ambrose. Vincent mentioned, what would the next administration do with the plan once they come in? So the question will now be, first, what do you think will be the major challenge of achieving or making this a reality by 2050? I mean, it's too far away. That's about 27 years from now. But we can start doing something like Vincent talked about this administration adopting.
Anyone that will be the CEO of Nigeria any day, anytime should have a plan that will guide him. This plan is like overall a clue where any government that come on board should sit up. The good thing is that as the government is coming in, we are going to take 4 years plan from the 27 years as you just mentioned. This is vision 2050. In the next 4 years, we're going to take look at what the vision is going, where it's going, and key your plans around the vision and have it what in quarters and years. Yeah, in quarters and years. Because if you go to companies like, example, let me go. That's why I say CEO of Nigeria now, the president. If you go to corporate world, you see the rolling out 5 years plan, and it starts from their quarterly performance to see where they are going. I think that we are adopted in this kind of scenario. That now we have a road where we are going, where we are heading to. It's now done on the government. Either APC come, PDP come, whoever that come, put your focus on this vision where we are going and implement it. You mentioned something when we are reading that vision 2020, we didn't achieve it. Now another one has come again. Now whoever is coming on board.
There's also economic recovery growth plan, which of course that was 2017 to 2020.
Yeah, that's really that. This plan for me is just to bring it down, and also what I was that once you implement a policy and it's working, just they will try to put that instead of reviewing it and bring more that sustain that momentum. That is why, as you mentioned, economic recovery. I remember when it came on board, we saw the move, but that was not sustained because they are not reviewing policy. Because I tell you, as technology is coming up, different market is opening, everything. You have to go back to what you have planned and review it and implement. For example, now achieving this mass for me, it's not a task. Nigeria will get there. We'll get to that level. Now that we are seeing technology pushing the economy, and also we have a Africa free zone. That if we encourage other industry, as Elijah mentioned, telecom and brought us together, let's also face agriculture and bring it to light and see how it's going to contribute more to the GDP. We'll have market now. Nigeria is there, and Africa zone is also there for us to push. For me, this is a big task for whoever is coming that we must think big now and implement, not just relying on 2050 vision. Take 4 years, put it in quarters, and see how you can run there for you, and see how you can bring that 2050 to a smaller picture and implement it and achieve a goal. So whoever that comes after you will continue. Before you know it, we are there. For me, it's a good one. You must have a plan to guide you at any time so that at the end of the day, you know where you are facing.
Okay.